So I figured, because I've been watching so much BookTube lately and I've been like thinking about this for a while, that it was just time to start and sort of get it over with and, film a shitty video on a shitty camera. Well, it's my phone. But I also figured this would be a good way to like make myself a TBR and sort of hold myself accountable, because I tend to start books and then put them down when I'm like anywhere from 30 to 80% of the way through and then just not come back to them. And I figured having like a TBR set in like a digital space where I could like be like hold myself accountable would be, maybe I would finish books better. Because right now it's a real problem. I'm reading like maybe 18 books right now that I've picked up since like April, and I've like I just have them and I haven't finished them. And it's not like I don't like them, it's just that I get out of the mood, or I buy new books, or I see one on my TBR that I'm like, ooh, that one sounds good, and I just put the book I'm reading down and then pick up the other one, and then maybe I'll go back to this one later. Like Legendborn, I started, I think in possibly last year, possibly very early this year, and finished in like July. I finished the last like 50% just in July. And I don't want to keep doing that. Like, I don't mind being a mood reader, but like I feel like I should have like at least some sort of structure to, I don't know, make it flow a little bit better, and so I don't leave books around scattered about the house. So I've got my little TBR here. There are 9 books on it. I've got my little candle warmer going because I have my mom's dog with me and I don't trust him around open flames. It's Novelly Yours, Fairy Tales and Fantasy. Smells like apples, very fall, but also very spring. So it's a bit of a diverse candle. It says forest, meadow, apple, and sea breeze, and I can tell you it smells delightful. I love an apple scent, by the way. Apple, cinnamon, anything fall-y is just chef's kiss, magnificent. So some of these books I've had on my TBR for not a very long time. Some of them have been there for literal years. So let's get started. First up, I have Gideon the Ninth, which all I really know about it is that it's lesbian necromancers in space. Oh yeah, lesbian necromancers explore a haunted gothic palace in space. That's the blurb. So I figure it should be really good. I don't know how I feel about necromancy, but the cover is stunning. It looks like she's wearing little aviator sunglasses over like skull face makeup, which is, I don't know if you can see, look at that. So fun. But when did this come out? Because I probably bought it around the time it came out and just never read it. 2019. Okay, I didn't buy it that long ago. I bought it maybe in 2023 and I've had it and I just haven't read it. So hopefully I will get to that one this fall. It feels very spooky, very like, the cover of course is just like super, skeletons, the font on the cover. Let me show you again. The font. Oh my God. It just feels very kind of late October, early November, just like spooky vibes. So that's book number 1. Book number 2 is a newer release, The Enchanted Greenhouse, which, have I read The Spell Shop? No. Did I still buy The Enchanted Greenhouse? Yes. Look at the covers. It's so gorgeous. And it feels kind of springy, but like, I don't know, I've been in the mood for cozy this fall. So this is the epitome of cozy. And I just figure, haven't read The Spell Shop. I don't think I need to, is the thing. I don't think I need to. But this book, I don't know what it's about. I'm going in blind. I imagine it's about an enchanted greenhouse. But there's a little cat with wings on the cover. So I'm very intrigued. That's book number 2. And then, okay, this counts as 3 books. but I have a physical copy of one of the books. This is a fun little compendium of Dracula, Frankenstein, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I found for like $5 or $10 in a indie bookstore. Oh, introduction by Stephen King. So yeah, I have Frankenstein already, but I didn't have Dracula and I didn't have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I was planning on reading all 3 of these this fall anyway. So how wonderfully convenient that they're all in one neat, compact little package. So I will be reading Dracula and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from this book. I mean, I feel like you don't need a synopsis of what these books are about. I feel like everyone kind of knows. You know, Dracula, vampires, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I recently learned was not told from the perspective of the titular character, which was a shock for me because I thought it was him, but apparently not. So those are books 3 and 4. And then this one, okay, so this one isn't really fall-y, but it is dark academia, and I figured, you know, school. And because I read Legendborn recently, Bloodmarked is my next one. Look at the pretty edges, oh my god. Bloodmarked is my next one. This is the sequel to Legendborn. And I'm kind of scared to read the back of it because I don't want any spoilers for the book. I know this one is more Selwyn heavy than Nick heavy, and I won't spoil anything, but there are reasons for that. But oh my god, Legendborn I rated 4.25 stars because the beginning was really rough for me. There was so much information to absorb and so many new people, and I was like, what's going on? But the latter half of Legendborn, oh my god, amazing. It was so good. And I almost started Bloodmarked immediately after, but I have this thing where I read books where if I do series back to back, I just get sick of them and I get burnt out and I stop reading it even if I really enjoy the series. So I waited a little bit, and I think late October, early November will be a good time to start Bloodmarked. I haven't been reading as much as I have been lately, you know, like over the summer and earlier in the year, just because I am now a full-time student and a part-time employee. And that is taking up, you know, quite a bit of my time. But whenever I can, I try to fit some reading in. I have a Kindle that I take everywhere. And these are just the physical books that I'm planning on reading. I have a ton on my Kindle too, but I don't plan those out. Those just sort of come, you know, as they are. There's one book called A Spoonful of Murder, which I'm like, ooh, that could be fun, but I'm not planning on like reading that in any specific time, just hopefully during the fall. And then as you can see, this is book whatever the hell I'm on, Carrie by Stephen King, you know, Pig's Blood Prom. I started it, as you can see, and put it down because it wasn't what I expected. But I think now that I know more like what I'm getting with it, I'll be more like interested in it, I guess. I didn't want this cover. I wanted the one with the bloody crown, and it's kind of like orange and yellow, but I bought this for like $3 off Pango. So I'm not complaining that much. But yeah, this is definitely an October read. And then another book that I started last year that I simply put down and never picked back up again, In Charm's Way by Lena Harper. This is the 4th book in the Witches of Thistle Grove, which is just a collection of super cute little witchy romances, very cozy, mostly queer, which is always a plus. And this one follows Delilah and her sort of recovery, if you know what happened in the 3rd book. And there's a succubus involved. She doesn't get with the succubus, but there is a succubus involved. And a fae, I think she's a fae, right? Yeah, she's half human, half fae, the love interest. Her name is Catriona, which is a super fun name. So In Charm's Way, I will be finishing. Might have to start, no, I think I remember enough of what happened that I think I can just get back into it from where I am. But yeah, we love a witchy romance during the fall. And then this one, not my usual genre, I have to say, but I saw it in this indie bookstore. It's the same indie bookstore that I bought the spooky classic compendium at. Not my usual genre, but the blurb seemed so intriguing. that I picked it. I'm interested, you know? It's Flashlight by Susan Choi, and the cover is just like, I want to know what happens in this book. So I don't really know what it's about. I think North Korea is involved, but the cover is stunning. The description seemed really interesting. She's like an award-winning author. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of these people in the back. Ron Charles? No, I don't know Ron Charles. But I don't know. It just seems kind of like fall-y, like November-ish maybe. I keep saying November for all these books, but it's October already, so you know, I gotta plan. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what I think of this one. It'll be interesting. And then of course, already mentioned Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, our goth queen. I've started her already. This is like, I'm not very far through. These are my annotations from high school. I never finished the book because I thought Victor Frankenstein was a little bitch and he annoyed me. I heard the last 50 pages of this are boring as hell. But the monster is always an intriguing character. Fun fact, I actually played Frankenstein's monster in a production of Young Frankenstein, which might have been the real production of Young Frankenstein that everybody has seen, or might have been some weird production because that lady later got arrested. But that's a story for another time. So Frankenstein is the last book. I don't know how long it'll take me to read this. I just want to get it done. So yeah, that is a rough fall TBR. I have so many more books, but hopefully this is what I'll be reading. I will try to stick to this. I make no promises. All right.